The video will begin in a moment. Click the links in the description below to get your copies of my books today. The South Bend Dark Frog Murders is a bold and bloody murder mystery that offers a very compelling look at the degradation of morality and social structure in America and the world, all wrapped in nail-biting entertainment. A must-have for murder mystery lovers everywhere. The Shadow Angel Genesis is the story of a vampire that has spent the past 500 years serving as the Vatican's greatest monster hunter. The true story of Mrs. Claus is a creative but wholesome reimagining of a character that is well known but often overlooked, and one that remembers to keep Christ in Christmas. Thank you for your continued support. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Robert Canter. When I was young, Star Wars was my world. Then when I grew up, Disney bought Star Wars and ruined it for me. The last Star Wars movie I ever saw was Rogue One. After that, Disney went unabashedly woke, and I stopped giving them my money. George Lucas had a story to tell. Everyone involved in the expanded universe had stories to tell. All Disney cares about is making money and forcing their agenda on us. But it isn't just the fans that suffer because of Disney, but the characters themselves. Today, I'll be counting down my list of top 5 characters that Disney screwed. Number 5, the 501st Legion of Stormtroopers. Before Disney bought Star Wars, the 501st was Darth Vader's personal Stormtrooper Legion. When the retcon came, they were replaced by the 1st Legion. They claim this decision was because Vader wouldn't want to be involved with the same Legion that he had fought alongside in the Clone Wars. But they also have Darth Vader building his fortress on Mustafar, the same planet where his life literally went up in flames. It's also worth mentioning that in Disney's timeline, all the troopers of the 1st Legion are transferred from the 501st. Number 4. Shadow Stormtroopers. These are stormtroopers with black armor and cloaking shields. In my less than humble opinion, these guys were criminally underused even before Disney retconned the expanded universe. They appeared in Battlefront 2015, but are yet to appear anywhere else. You'd think Darth Vader would have his own personal task force of these guys. Number 3, Prince Xizor, the main villain of Shadows of the Empire, leader of the crime syndicate Black Sun, and one of Vader's rivals. Unfortunately, Shadows of the Empire has been replaced with the Bounty Hunter Wars. We clearly see that Black Sun survived Disney's retcon, as has Xizor's species. Xizor has at least been mentioned once since Disney's retcon, but has yet to actually make an appearance. If Disney had made an animated movie or a mini-series out of Shadows of the Empire, I guarantee that plenty of old-school Star Wars fans would have watched it for the nostalgia factor. Number 2, Mara Jade Skywalker. Disney screwed the entire Skywalker family in more ways than one, but Mara has been axed completely. Mara was originally an Imperial agent serving under the designation Emperor's Hand. Force-sensitive but not a full Sith, for years she did the Emperor's bidding throughout the galaxy. When Palpatine died, his last order was for her to kill Luke Skywalker. Predictably, they ended up husband and wife after she killed a clone of him. And Luke actually gave her his old lightsaber. This is my father's lightsaber. He killed 30 kids with it. Before I reveal my top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. In the Disney continuity, the Battle of Jakku was the decisive last stand of the Empire. This took place 1 year after the Battle of Endor. But in the original expanded universe, the treaty that marked the end of the Galactic Civil War wasn't signed until 15 years after the Battle of Endor. Thanks to the efforts of individuals like Imperial Intelligence Director Yasan Izard, Grand Admiral Thrawn, and even the resurrected Palpatine himself, Han and Leia had 3 kids before the war officially ended. The reason the Emperor has his royal guards is to sell the illusion that he's just a helpless and weak old man. But the Red Guards are deadly combatants. Unfortunately, even before Disney's retcon, the only time we ever really see them in action is during the Crimson Empire comic series. Tiber Zahn was a crime boss who, unfortunately, only appeared in the strategy game Star Wars Empire at War expansion pack Forces of Corruption. I thoroughly enjoyed that game, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're ever going to see anything else with Tiber Zahn in it. Number 1. Galen Merrick, aka Darth Starkiller. How can this guy not be number 1? In 2008, the year we met Ahsoka Tano, we also met the secret apprentice of Darth Vader, who redeemed himself in the Force and started the Rebel Alliance. A Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never to attack. Galen, on the other hand, was a Force-powered wrecking ball and a badass. Unfortunately, only Ahsoka would survive Disney's retcon. He didn't even get his own Black Series figures, even though 2 retconned stormtroopers from the same game have been made into toys. Stormtrooper Commanders and Shadow Stormtroopers. They even made Black Series figures of Cornelius Avizon and Ponda Baba. In other words, I don't like you either, guy, and the alien that got his arm cut off. Disney is essentially saying that these 2 nameless characters in the first movie and 2 classes of stormtroopers that are no longer canon deserve more credit than the guy that either started the Rebel Alliance or, in an alternate timeline, killed Darth Vader. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.